All right, we got the M all painted up. I got these rims, and you can see they're heavily rusted on the outside. I guess these were originally galvanized. That's what they did with these rims. So I'm trying this stuff, Evapo Rust. Super safe rust remover. I'll let you know how it works. Anyway, so I got it most of the way in. There's a little bit sticking up. I think what I'm going to do is just lay a rag over that and let it just wick that stuff up over top. It's supposed to be wet and for about an hour or so. So it looks like it's going to be a full day of turning these rims to clean them up. We'll see what happens. Okay, it's been about 2 hours. Let's see if Evapo Rust did anything. So I got this rag on there to keep it up on because I don't have a big enough pan. I don't have the right size pan to put this in. But I do have some areas submerged. So let's see what it did. So this whole rag is all Vapo Rust now, or whatever you call this stuff. If I didn't know better, I'd say there is zero change. I'll pull these out of here and we'll get a better look. Well, I'm pretty sure you can't see it on the tape, on the video, but this is the part that was submerged. Maybe there's a slight difference. There's almost like a little color change. Maybe if I was able to leave it in there for days, it would do it. And this is heavily pitted. I mean, these rims are rusty. I'd really love to buy new ones, but yeah, not gonna. I'm gonna see what they look like once we dry them off. All right, guys, this is the paint we used on this. It's the Napa Martin Senior. A gallon of PCC 135IH is the International Harvester Color Red. This paint was just on the shelf. They didn't have to mix it or anything. It's just what's there. And then you have two choices. You can do it as a 1K or a 2K. The 2K is when you add the hardener, acrylic enamel optional hardener. Now this reminds me of acrylic enamel exactly, I guess because it is. And that's the hardener, the P1H50. And then premium reducer, standard reducer for acrylic enamel. I should write that on there because the only place that says acrylic enamel is right here. Anyway, this is good for 65 to 75, I think, and then 75 to 85 is the 20. Anyway, I think it worked out pretty nice. I think it came out really glossy. I mean, it's the flambeau red or flambeau red, and that really looks nice. I'll show you this over here too. And this place is filthy dirty. I mean, if anybody wants to comment on that, they're more than welcome, but I already know. But anyway, this paint laid on in such a way that it just covered the pits. I mean, you can't even tell this was as rusty as it was. This was all surface pits. Connor did lay it on really nice. We did get a couple runs in a couple places, but you know what? We're gonna let it harden up. I'll wait till next summer. Like down here, some sags. But I'll sand those out and give it a little buff and it'll look fine. It's not a metallic paint, so there's a run there, but this just lays on there. It looks so good. I'm really very happy with it. And the paint was, for the whole kit, was about 200 bucks. That's the hardener, the reducer, and the paint. The very slight, you can see very slight rust pitting in this, but maybe as it dries and hardens, the pits will become more evident, but right now, I don't think it's going to be a problem. And you know what else? At this point, now that we actually have paint on it, 4 or 5 years starts dulling down again, I'll shoot it again. We'll just spray it. Maybe not tear it all apart, just give it a paint job. These parts all came out really nice. That paint laid on so heavy, it almost obscured where it says buy clean fuel, keep it clean. But I'm going to use this Rust-Oleum aluminum on the wheels. I'm going to try using foam brushes and then just chuck them when I'm done. And this is what I'm going to use on the front wheels. The bright galvanized, supposed to look kind of like that. I don't know, we'll see. It won't, well actually it looks a lot similar to the aluminum. If I were to look at the cap and they're a little off. You can see it, that's a little darker. Anyway, but I guess did a little research and it looks like the wheels, the back wheels anyway, were made by Firestone and Goodyear, and they were generally galvanized. So I'm going to galvanize the front wheels. I don't know if they were galvanized originally. I doubt it, because of the pitting. But they're going to be silver one way or another. I might spray the Galvi on them and then paint over it with the aluminum paint. If I can do that, if it's compatible. We'll see. But I got these here on my coal stove. I'm going to let these dry out good overnight. Now I'm going to wire them off and probably hit them with that rusty metal primer. Or maybe I'll just hit it with that other stuff, that metal etch, rust converter stuff. We'll see. Well guys, now we're starting to work on putting this thing back together. We got the generator on there, we got our shroud on there. We're missing a hose, so we can't put the radiator on yet. I started putting oil in it. I'm putting in this Rotella 1540. Main reason is zinc. This stuff still has zinc in it from what I hear. I don't know, I didn't analyze it, but that's what I'm told. It still has the zinc in it. And the zinc works good for preserving metal. It preserves the flat tappets and things like that. Whereas the new cars don't need that kind of stuff. Most of them have roller cams. They have roller cam followers. The other thing I got going on is this. I had to take this plug right out because on the old M, this part, the wing nut part that you would use to turn a valve in there, it's a little like poppet valve really. And it is busted. So I'm going to see if I can find one. Maybe I can order one up from Steiner, or somebody on eBay's got one or something. So I'm going to start looking for one of these. But in the meantime, I just screwed the whole thing out. So far, I've put this is a 2.5 gallon bucket, and I got 1.5 gallons in now. I'm going to put the rest of it in and get her topped up nice. Another thing I've been doing is put the plug wires back on. I think I got it right. I had the generator rebuilt by TC's generator and alternator downtown. Really did a nice job. It looks great. We'll see how she works. I just decided to leave it 6 volt. So he rebuilt this at 6 volt. We're going to keep it 6 volt. It's also the weird positive ground 6 volt. Start good even at 6 volt is we're going to run the ground. We got the positive wire here. It looks like somebody changed it. I think I have another heavy negative wire I can use, or I'm going to use the original one. It was still not in too bad a shape. And put it on. But anyway, I'm going to make sure I got a nice clean connection here for the negative, which was really the positive on this tractor, so that there's nothing in between. I'm not going to like put it in a bolt back here, where everywhere it's bolted, I have a chance of losing juice. That was one of the big things that TC always tells me, is to make sure that you get the direct juice going right to the starter. Because all these bolts, everything's, what, 60, we figured it out. I don't want to do the math again, but I think it's 67 years old. So everywhere I might be losing juice if I hook up somewhere. It's like, even if I thought this would be a good place to put a ground, I got these bolts here. And it's been all those years where there's rust got in between there. Maybe we're losing a little bit of voltage there. You know, and right here, where it bolts here, maybe I've lost some voltage in even where the parts mate together for the main part of the tractor. The transmission to the bell housing, to the motor frame, to here. This may not have a good connection. So just eliminate all that by going right to the starter motor. I'll probably take a file and clean that up. I don't want to take all the paint off, but I want to clean it up good and make sure it's bolted down nice and tight. So I got a comment about this shifter being straight, and these didn't come with straight shifters, I guess. I don't know. It does have a bend here. You know, I'd love to hear more about it if anybody knows. Comment below. And also the comment included maybe the tag was changed, but I don't know. I guess it could have been changed, but I really doubt it. It looks like the original rivets and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. That's a stretch.
It's super run by the brakes.
The brakes, yeah. The brakes are disc brakes, not band brakes.
Yeah. And the hydraulics setup. And the battery under the seat. Mm-hmm. That's all Super M stuff.
That's all Super M.
Plus, I had the original Super M stickers on the tins, and the tins looked pretty like they'd never left the tractor.
They look like they never got painted, ever. Maybe.
I don't think it's been tore into a whole lot.
No, I don't think so either. But we could be wrong, because a lot happens in 67 years. Well, we got a lot done on the tractor today. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.